Hi folks, I am here. I'm glad you're viewing today. I'm going to show you how to do some things on the Cricut website. This is Jessica from chambrayblues.com, where I talk about sewing and all things sewing related, and today we're going to talk a little bit about quilting and what an asset the Cricut is for a quilter. So what you need to do is launch Cricut Design Space. I use it quite often, and there's a browser app that you can download, and it shows up in my toolbar here. But most people, if you're using it for the first time, would be going through the regular browser. So just type in Cricut.com. There we go. And we're going to be shopping. So we'll start with that and then maybe move over into Design Space a little bit and talk about some of the things there. So here, Cricut does a really great job of making it easy to find things. They have a great header and so forth, but if you're not sure what you're looking for, you can spend hours just kind of looking through all of this stuff. I like to use Design Space even to find my projects, because that way it records my browsing history, and it's easy for me to just pull things up when I want them. So when I click on Design Space, it brings up my account, and I'm going to click New Project. There's a green field on the right where you click New Project. So this is just a basic template for anything that you want to design, but you can also access projects through here, and I like to do that because it just kind of cuts out some of that clutter and makes it easier for me to find what I'm looking for. So if you go over here to the right, there's a drop-down menu with all kinds of options. For this quilting project that I'm looking for, the easiest way to find it is it's not really specified in the drop-down menu. So I'm just going to type in quilts here. And there we go. There's all kinds of different options for quilting. So one of the things I look at when I think about what quilt I want to tackle is I like to click on the design and read more about it. This one is a baby quilt. It is advanced. That means it takes some skill. It's probably not something you want to tackle if you're a first-time quilter. It does give you an idea of about how long it takes, 3 hours. And then if you scroll down, you'll see it gives you the finished size as well as a list of materials and things that you will need to finish the project. So Cricut sells quilting kits, and you can buy all of these things in a kit that they supply, and then you just have to have the basic Cricut tools like the mats and the brayer for rolling out the fabric onto the mat, the backing and the quilt batting, and a rotary cutter to cut things down to size after they're sewn. So that makes it easy. You can cut all your fabric on the Cricut, and I will have another tutorial for that later on and show you how easy it is. It's a great time saver, and it saves your back from leaning over a cutting table when you're making some of these projects. So here, there's an option to show you coordinating kits, and if you click on that, it takes you to all the different kits that are available. So with the one grouping of fabrics, there's several different designs that are available in the kit, and you can choose from any one of these. This is the kit that I will be making here. It's called Daisy Days. This is a little bit larger. It's a throw size quilt, and I signed up for, I think I decided on the pinwheel pattern. So I'll have another tutorial on that later, but today we're just talking about Design Space. So those are some of the things that I consider, and we're going to go back here and I'll just show you some of the other options. For example, this one here called Pave the Way. This is an intermediate design, so it's a little bit easier to execute and put together. Also takes a few hours to assemble, gives you the sizes, and once again the fabric list and so on. So one of the other things I look at is when I scroll all the way down the page here, it tells you how many mats you're going to need to cut. This one uses 13 different cuttings, which may sound like a lot, but it's really not. The machine does all the work, and while one mat is cutting, you can be getting the next one ready, and you can have a whole quilt cut out in a matter of minutes. So it's really not that difficult. If you go down here to the bottom and click on the PDF file, it will give you the assembly instructions. And they're colorful, which is great because you'll know exactly where to place your fabrics. Gives you more details of how much material you will need and all the specifics. And they have great pictures, very well done, easy to follow directions. So you want to print these out and print them in color so that you can tell where your pieces are going to go. And it'll make a world of difference when you're assembling. Okay, so that's what that is. The other thing is if you click the Make It button, even if you're not ready to make it, this is one of the things I look at before I even make a decision about what I want to do. It'll show you how many mats you're going to use overall, and this one was about 13 mats, and you can get an idea of the way it's laid out. So sometimes I reuse scraps when I cut, and I like to know exactly what size things are before I even attempt to cut them. And these are pretty efficient, you know, there's not a lot of waste with these. If you look at some of the other pieces, you know, there's not much that's being wasted here, which is one of the things I look for. Fabric is expensive and I don't want to waste anything if I can help it. So that's just another thing to consider. And if you wanted to go on and purchase and actually make the project, you would click here where it says purchase. So I'm just going to say cancel because I'm not really making anything at the moment. And you can save those projects too. Let's go back to the one I was going to work on. Gotta find my kit again. Where'd it go? Here we go. It's this one. Okay, so the kits come with everything that you need. It has all the fabrics in it, like I said, and they're all coordinating, which is great. And then you can make any one of these 4 designs with this particular kit. So it's really convenient and it saves shopping and putting together things that you don't know if it's going to look right. Here it's much easier. You know what it looks right from the beginning, and that's a huge thing. Because a lot of times I get something put together and I just don't like it as well as I thought I would. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I will have the actual cutting tutorial up next, and you can find more information about how to use your Cricut and projects on my website, chambrayBlues.com. Thanks. Have a great day.